Seeing none, we'll go to board member comments. I think people are ready to go. We've got quite a few.
That was an accident.
Yeah, I think board member Cummins, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I just wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. I know that tomorrow, I may or may not see various people, but I just wanted to start that off the bat and just hope you're having a wonderful holiday season already. And thank you for giving the privilege of working with you for this last year. It's been great. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Board member Reby.
I had a town hall meeting. It was really fun. I got to meet some of my constituents, and Carol was there to support me. I also went to some plays, and it was so exciting to see these plays at junior high and high school. And I would really encourage people to go visit their plays in their local areas. My only concern, and I'm going to have to express this to the LEAs, is that they decide to have every play on the same weekend. So I couldn't go see them all. But these kids do an amazing job. And if you have kids of your own or grandkids, it was so exciting to take my kid to a live performance. And they really think you're taking them to Broadway. So it's like a win-win. You're a hero no matter what, because it's a great performance. You get to meet some of your constituents, and it's just so much work that these kids do, and they're just so excited to have you there. So please make sure you go to a holiday play somewhere in your area.
Thank you. Board member Hanson.
I visited a couple schools too. I visited my neighborhood school, and I went there on, Utah Opera sends us those things for Pops. Go if you haven't gone. It's really fun, and you just get to see them do their little performance. It takes about 45 minutes, and so that was really fun. And then I went out to Grantsville Junior High, and the school caught fire while I was there. So we had a big fire drill. Well, it wasn't really a drill. It was just, we all left. So I'll have to go out and visit them again. It was a minor fire, but they were it was great to see them handle it so well, and it was a little embarrassing for them because I was there, but they're a great school too. And tomorrow in my committee, the committee members and the audience are getting chocolate. So come to my committee tomorrow and you can have chocolate.
Okay. Board member Cannon.
I just thought if we have a minute, I'd take a second and tell you about an experience I had. I was invited to attend a Veterans Day celebration at Granite Park Elementary. And I was there with Tammy Pfeiffer from the governor's office and with Connie Anderson from the Granite Board. Granite Park Junior is down 33rd South and just off State Street, so it's right kind of behind the Century Theaters there. And they had been doing some cleaning out, and in the process of cleaning out, they came across a plaque that I guess had been gathering dust for many, many years, and this plaque was in commemoration of the young people who had attended Granite Park Junior High and subsequently had lost their lives in World War II. And they contacted the families of these people, the descendants, and they were the special guests. They had the kids do a roll call of these military men. They did a presentation on each of the military men and what had happened during the war that took their life. And the kids had all written letters, and each of us were given a letter where they expressed their gratitude and thanks to a veteran for bringing freedom into their lives. It was so moving and so wonderful, and they now have placed this plaque. It's no longer gathering dust, but it's in the front hallway of Granite Park Junior High.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any further? Over here. Vice. Okay.
I just wanted to thank everybody for supporting us all through this year. It was a learning experience, and I want to say it was challenging at times, but I appreciate the opportunity to serve, and I really enjoyed serving with Elisa, Brittany, and Mark. And our staff. We have wonderful staff members that spend a lot of time. I'm often wanting to tell them, turn your phones off, like I do, because they respond day and night weekends, doesn't seem to matter when. And I just so appreciate that. Thank you.
Vice Chair Ellis.
I wanted to echo similar sentiments to Vice Chair Warner, but also to thank Kathleen and Janet for running. I appreciate everyone that's willing to put themselves out there and willing to serve, and everyone that does everything on the board. I think that they were all good choices, and I really liked some of the ideas and concepts that you have, and I'd like to look into implementing that board member feedback from board meetings. I think that's a great idea.
My request would be that this new executive leadership committee plan a board Christmas party immediately.
Okay.
Okay, so moved.
Okay. And get it early. I just have a couple little last things. I know that people want to get going. We hear a lot and we get a lot of criticism. And so I ask you guys to continue to be patient as we get criticism on education. You know, I hear, you know, we're not teaching about history and the flag and the Constitution, but on Veterans Day, or not Veterans Day, but celebrating veterans, a lot of schools pretty much the week before and shut down for a good portion of their day, celebrated veterans, and they spent time. Every program that I know of, I couldn't go to them, all because they were all going on. But I said, hey, can I have your flyer, agenda, and all of that? And I'm here to say it's there and it's real. I know this elementary school that I get to participate in. I had a work conflict and I couldn't go, and I had veterans call me up, and they know this is elementary.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you're not wearing your crowns.
There you go. Okay, Vice Chair Tara Warner, is that your request?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. It's going to mess up my hair.
Joel's
But-
tweeting immediately.
There you go. Joel, be careful with that, Joel. But what was interesting is these kids knew how and why the flag, how it's supposed to fly. All of them that I know how that it flies a little higher than the other. We kind of put a book here, but they, even to the point of folding it, and there's things said by different organizations that represent each fold, and it is really happening. So this is driving me nuts.
Just need a couple pictures for Joel.
And so at times we need to be patient, but then we also need to be able to come back with stories of success and when things are happening. And I want to just echo one part of just getting to be with Superintendent Dixon on a couple of her school tours. It isn't a field trip to get out of this place. It's all work for her. Very professional. Goes in, asks she listens, she acknowledges, and then she gets in and asks questions, and she looks for constant feedback and betterment, and she does bring it back, and it means a lot to these districts. And as she gets around to your districts and some of those that you represent, hopefully you can go on tour with them. But it means a lot to them, and some of it's random. Some of it isn't, but you can instantly detour to something else and pop into something else, and I had a really good time, and I had a little bit of what some of you educators get to feel every day. I had this little bit of joy that came from one of my readers that I kind of coached, and I keep thinking, as I look and acknowledge everyone that's been involved in education one way or another, but especially the teachers, they get to get that every day. Not only do they get it every day in their communities, that there's no question in my mind when they see students and that, the bond and everything. I see it happen quite often. Oh, that's my teacher, or that's this or that, but it isn't.
Tell them what happened so they understand when you ran into your reader in the school.
Well, you can. I don't know which one you're talking about because we ran into a
Well,
couple.
I just want to close the loop for what, so when Chair Huntsman, when we were in a school, his reader saw him, as did some other kids, and they would just run, and they were so excited to see him. They would just run and greet him because he has an influence in their lives by volunteering and being a key figure in the neighborhood as well. And that was really fun to see, including his grandson, right, in one school.
Oh yeah, we saw him too. but it's why when we're out there, you know, these educators are important. They're very important. So it does mean a lot when you are around those. So any chance that you get, I invite you to get in the trench, observe or whatever. I know you're doing your very best, but more is always better than less, because there are good takeaways that come from it. So with that, thank you for what you do. I'm not seeing any other comments. We have Vice Chair Ellis.
Sorry, I just have to give a shout out to my kids that walked into the back room, and you can look for the kid on a scooter who made me leave the board meetings last month for surgery.
I'm looking for the youngest people
well, they
back
were
there. And I'm like,
they were
we
out
have
there
Emily
waving at me.
And
No, they're in the room behind.
Oh,
but
okay.
but I want him to run into Carol so he can compare screws in her ankles with her.
Okay. So they're going to pop out. So tomorrow a bunch of committees are starting at 8. One at 8, 2 at 9. Let's start promptly, and let's take care of business. Thank you for your service and what you do, and be careful tonight. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
He was listening.
Do we have one? Second. All in favor, say aye. Okay. Those opposed? Okay. Who opposed? Voting is unanimous. Thank you.